This episode is brought to you by the Slash and Cast Podcast Network. Learn more at slashandcast.net.
The funeral is about to begin, sir.
We have such sights to show you.
I got to warn you. You're doomed to stay.
You know, it's Halloween. I guess everyone's entitled to one good scare, huh?
I want to play a game.
Children of the night, what music they make.
The box. You opened it. We came.
Groovy.
Welcome back to the Crystal Lake Soldiers podcast. My name's Isaiah, joined tonight by Sean and Ted. How are you guys doing this weekend?
Pretty good, man.
Pretty good.
Awesome. Well, we are happy to be starting our Halloween series this month. It's our Halloween Horrorpalooza. It's going to be our month-long look at different Halloween movies that aren't in the Halloween franchise. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got that. We've got the upcoming stream for Friday the 13th, the game that's coming up on the 17th with other people from the podcast network, which is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a more lockdown time frame, but it'll be on that Saturday night that we'll be doing that. That's going to be super exciting and a lot of fun. I'm super pumped for that. But before we get into our review tonight of the Funhouse Massacre, what have you guys been up to this weekend? Or this week, rather?
Trying to watch horror movies. And I've watched a few. I actually watched some sitcom stuff from the 80s and 90s that's got horror episodes. Like Boy Meets World and Mr. Belvedere and Step by Step. Whole bunch of them, man. But I did happen to watch the Funhouse Massacre, obviously. I watched the first Nightmare on Elm Street. I watched Intruder, a fun movie from, I don't even know when that came out, but it's the grocery store guy, man. He loves his store. And
not the 2016, 1980.
Yeah. I was going to say it's definitely late 80s or so. That's about all I got to see so far, man. But I got a whole stack of DVDs. I got a list. Yeah, I'm still ready to dig into stuff, man. So
nice,
just ready for October, man. We watch all horror all the freaking time, but I kind of go into overdrive, like I'm sure you guys do this time of year.
Oh, definitely. What about you, Ted?
Well, I definitely started off my Oktoberfest is what I'm officially calling it. I watched all three Creature from the Black Lagoon movies. I watched Attack of the Crab Monsters. I watched all three Joyride movies. And I watched, obviously, Funhouse Massacre. It was the first time I saw the Joyride movies. I never saw any of those, so that was actually interesting. I ended up enjoying them.
That's awesome, man. I didn't realize you hadn't seen the first one.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any of them. So yesterday, because I watched them all back to back yesterday. Didn't stop, and it was good. It was fun.
Yeah,
awesome.
I gotta check those sequels out. I've seen the first one. That's it. I just never bothered with the sequels.
Yeah, because I got the third one on Blu-ray, and I've got the first one, but obviously I don't have the second one, and I've never seen the second or third one, so...
The second one was never released on Blu-ray in the States for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it's on DVD, so I bought a used copy. Because all three of those movies were produced by Fox, so of course now they're hard to find, or some of them are hard to find. But I got lucky because somebody was selling on Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon, a couple of weeks ago, and they were only selling, they had like a small stock, and they were only selling it for like $12 on Blu-ray. So that's where I bought the first one. I bought the third one off of eBay for less than $10. It was a new copy on Blue, and then I just went to my usual DVD Blu-ray store and picked up a used copy of the second movie on DVD, and
nice.
That was that. So, yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys think Disney will release Joyride 2 on Blu-ray?
I doubt it.
A trilogy pack.
Hey, you never know. They could. I'm not holding my breath, but you never know.
So I'll probably just try to find the other two on streaming until I can find them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, so I can see them at least.
For sure. Well, cool. For me, about the most I've watched this week so far is obviously Funhouse Massacre, which we'll get into that here shortly. And then I also watched Hellfest to get ready for next week, which I love Hellfest too. And then beyond that, it's mostly been like TV because I've been still watching Shameless, and I'm almost to the end of that now. And Holliston, I'm about halfway through season 2 of Holliston now, so I'm coming up towards the end of that. But obviously, there's not many episodes of that, so that's not too long to get through that. But other than that, I haven't been watching a whole lot. I know last night we kind of were brushing up on Friday the 13th, the game, which was fun to get back into that and relearn the controls scene as it's been so long, getting ready for the live stream on the 17th. So that was fun to be able to do that and see how we fared against some random people that have probably been playing more recently than we have. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have fun. I wish I could have been Jason at least once, but I still have fun.
Yeah.
I can still make people run around.
That's very true. Ted's the one counselor you don't want to go up against because he will make your ass run.
You're going to work for the booty.
You're going to work for that fucking kill, that's for sure. So that was a lot of fun. It was fun getting back into that, getting my teeth wet and working off some of that gaming rust for that game because I totally forgot. We were talking last night. I totally forgot all the fucking controls for that game. Thinking I could jump in that game and different things like that. Forgot how to run. Started using like firecrackers when I was just trying to turn on my flashlight. I mean, just everything. It was a shit show for me. It would have made for some good comedy if we were actually streaming it at that point. But.
Yeah, we probably should have waited, right?
It just takes you minutes to get used to the controls because I've been playing Metal Gear a lot. So like I was hitting buttons to do things.
Yeah,
like I was hitting X to crouch, but it's supposed to be circle on Friday, so I kept hitting X at times. I'm just like, what the heck? Why am I not? I'm not playing Metal Gear.
That muscle memory will get you on the game.
Yeah, it will. But I'm super excited for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we're just getting together, a group of us from the podcast network. It's to, number one, collaborate and celebrate the release of the box set, which is coming next week, which if you haven't checked recently, if you ordered from Shout Factory, check for confirmation emails because all of us here have gotten our confirmation emails that it's shipped. So that's super exciting, and hopefully it comes this next week. So that's going to be amazing. And I know I've been thinking about maybe doing an unboxing video. I think Mark was talking about maybe doing one too for the set and whatnot, because I want to unbox that bitch and just kind of look at everything. And it'd be fun to be able to do an unboxing video and maybe put it up on the CLS YouTube page and get some more content on there, seeing as our podcasts don't seem to like to go up on there when we release them, even though it's supposed to automatically do that. But be on the lookout for that. Maybe you'll have a couple unboxing videos coming there, which would be a lot of fun. But super exciting stuff. But there's a lot of stuff coming up here in October, and we're going to be bringing back some news into the show and whatnot. We kind of strayed away from that for the last few months just to kind of simplify the show, but we're going to be, especially because of it being the Halloween season and different stuff being announced and whatnot, especially even for just this month, we're going to start bringing back in some news into the show just to kind of help let you know what's going on and whatnot. And so we do have a couple pieces of news to kind of go over here before we get into the review of Funhouse Massacre. Just to kind of start things out, Cavity Colors, which does a lot of t-shirts and whatnot, they're actually bringing out a Phantasm collection that's going to be starting on October 14th. They're going to have officially licensed t-shirts, zip-up hoodies, sweatpants, enamel pins and just different stuff like that. So be on the lookout for that, because just some of the artwork that they kind of showed that's going to be a part of it looks really great, and I'm super excited for it because I've always wanted some good Phantasm gear. That's the one franchise.
One movie I actually don't have any shirts for or anything. Man.
Exactly.
So I might check it out. Cavity Colors does a good job usually. So
yeah. And so, yeah, they've been kind of working with that for, I guess, a little bit now, getting this ready. So I'm super excited to see what they bring, because I need a good hoodie. I've got a few hoodies, but some of them are starting to get kind of ratty and old. Rest in peace, my Dawn of the Dead hoodie that cost me $80, but that thing lasted me almost 10 years, so I'm not complaining. But it'd be good to get a good hoodie again, and actually some sweatpants, because I need some good sweatpants for lounging around, and I think it would be a great opportunity for me to kind of get some new stuff, especially for myself. But yeah, be on the lookout. You can always check out Cavity Colors' website on the 14th to see what they have to offer for the Phantasm collection. I'm super pumped for it. Phantasm is one of my favorite franchises, and I know it's a lot of people's.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think they just did RoboCop too, man. So
I think
got
so.
All kinds of stuff. So.
Yeah. So good stuff on the way for that. Now, another piece of news, because I know there's been a lot of speculation regarding Terrifier and the new sequel Terrifier 2, because it was originally supposed to be released this year, and we hadn't really heard anything in recent months, obviously with COVID and everything. Damien Leone, the director, finally came out and confirmed that they are delayed right now just because of shutdowns and all that. Their goal right now is to have the movie completed by early 2021. So it's a bummer that it's not coming out this month like it was expected to, but I'd rather them take the time, get it finished properly, and get it out to us. So, unfortunately, no Art the Clown this year for a sequel, but it is coming.
No, I'm joking. It sucks. It sucks, but I get it, man. Especially like he's right in a place where it's been hit hard. So
yeah,
I can imagine it's hard getting anything off the ground up there. So
it is, and I mean, the other thing you got to look at is it's an independently funded film, so they don't even have distribution yet. So that's the next hurdle after they complete everything and get the film completed, is they gotta get the distribution for it. So it's probably going to be a little bit before it gets released. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they just delay it until October of next year, especially if it takes a while to get distribution and everything, because sometimes that can take a little bit. It might not, but honestly, I mean, it's a Halloween-themed movie. It just fits more for the Halloween season. So I'm imagining it's probably going to be pushed till October of next year.
That's kind of what I figured when I heard the news, too.
Yeah. So that one's a little bit of a bummer. Now, something that kind of came out of left field, because we talked a little while ago about The Witches getting a remake, and it was supposed to be released this year in theaters and whatnot. Well, it's being released exclusively to HBO Max on October 22nd. This remake was directed by Robert Zemeckis, and it stars Anne Hathaway and Octavia Spencer. So if you were a fan of the original, you may want to check it out. I'm kind of indifferent. I mean, it is what it is. I like the original.
I like the original, but I did not care for the trailer anyways of this, so I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't even watched the trailer yet for it. I just seen the news about this, so...
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the trailer for it.
Yeah.
I might check it out with the kids, just, because it's a movie they might enjoy, but
right.
My hopes aren't too high. Thankfully, they've already seen the original. So.
Right. So they got something better to fall back on. And to kind of finish up here for kind of releases, I guess you could say, there are 2 fan films that are actually coming out this month. Actually, 3 if you include Never Hike in the Snow, because that's being released. No, that's next month, isn't it? Yeah, that's next month, I believe.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I forget.
I thought it was this month, honestly, man. I swear I thought.
See, now I'm double guessing myself. Let me pull that up. But anyways, besides Never Hike in the Snow, if that is coming out this month, it's the 13th this month or next month, one of the two. But either way, there is because Halloween Kills was delayed and everything, there was a group that kind of got together of YouTubers and podcasters that wanted to kind of it. From what they were saying in the video that they released, they wanted to create like a deleted scene from Halloween Kills. Because you got a Halloween superfan by the name of Jimmy Champagne. He's got his own YouTube channel and everything. He just talks really mostly about Halloween and whatnot. But he worked with Vincent DeSanti, who obviously did Never Hike Alone and whatnot. And he's actually playing Michael Myers in this short film. So it kind of went from just being like a deleted scene into this fan film. So it kind of just kept growing, and they filmed over the course of like 4 days and kind of put together this fan film, and they're releasing it on the original release date for Halloween Kills. So it's coming out on October 16th onto his YouTube channel. So that's something to kind of look forward to. I mean, granted, it's not Halloween Kills, and it's probably not a full movie, but it's something.
Based on the premise, like they just started with something like a small little scene and grew from that. It might be kind of decent, man.
Yeah. So it's something to look forward to, and I did just confirm it is October 13th. So I was getting myself all mixed up for nothing. So Never Hike in the Snow is coming out on October 13th this month. So that's exciting too. And then finally, there is another Friday fan film that's also coming out at the end of the month on Halloween called Voorhees. The trailer looks okay. It doesn't look the greatest, but honestly, it's a fan film, so you can't expect it to always be great. I mean, the look of Jason looks great. He's kind of got the remake look. Just his head isn't all like super deformed like it was in the remake. But I mean, it looks okay. It's probably one I'll end up checking out, and it looks all right.
Yeah, I'll check them out. I'm gonna check all of them out, man.
Yeah,
just find out it's October.
Yeah, I mean, it's just more content to consume. So be on the lookout for that. That's coming out once again on Halloween. And so beyond that,
man, if you don't mind, there was a piece of news I forgot to mention. I wanted to mention it, but I figured I'd just interrupt and mention it anyway. So I found out that the city of Pittsburgh on October 1st, the mayor put in official effect, man, made it George Romero Day in the city of Pittsburgh from starting this first and from every year forward. It's an official proclamation. So I thought that was pretty awesome, and they gave him the respect because of his influence in film.
That's awesome.
The city of Pittsburgh and everything. So it was cool to see something politically and positive go on in the world, and then for one of my favorite directors. So
yeah, I totally forgot about that. No,
yeah.
that's good that you brought that up, because I was going to originally mention that, but I totally forgot about that. So that's
Sean's favorite movie from Romero is Night Riders, just so everybody knows. That's his favorite.
I haven't complained about that too much, have I?
No, not at all.
Sean loves the motorcycle nights.
Yep. It's Tom Savini at his best.
Yep. Ed Harris.
They can't always be gyms, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Night Riders is a gym, all right. A different type of gym.
Oh, that's so good.
It's got good cinematography.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
There you go.
I heard a rumor, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that like Second Sight is also working on a Martin release for next year.
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So it'll probably be a similar box set the way they did Dawn this year.
Okay. That could be very interesting.
Yeah. It's just a rumor. I haven't heard any real confirmation, but
right.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Blu-ray releases, do got a couple pieces of information regarding some upcoming Blu-rays. So last year, Shudder released the slasher film Haunt on their streaming network, and Ronin Flicks is actually bringing that to Blu-ray for the very first time this year. And they're going to have two different versions. They're going to have a 2-disc collector's edition, which is going to have like CDs, posters, pins, and everything. It's kind of a cool looking set. And then they'll have a single disc version also available. Some of the features that they have on this is they've got Escape the Haunt. It's a making of Haunt featurette. It's got obviously interviews with the directors and stars and special makeup effects and everything. You've got new audio commentary with some of the characters from it. You've got a bunch of deleted scenes. It's packed with features, honestly, without having to go through everything. It's got a lot of stuff. And so be on the lookout for that. So that's coming from Ronin Flicks. The collector's edition, the 2-disc collector's edition with all the extra stuff is going for $54.99. And then the standard single disc release will be $24.99. And that's actually being released on October 22nd. So you can pre-order that now through Ronin Flicks. Get on that if you like this movie. I just watched it recently, and I really like the movie, honestly. Because I know when we talked about it last year, I didn't know if I was going to like it, but I actually, watching it kind of surprised me, and I like the movie. So check it out if you like kind of the Halloween haunted house type movies, kind of like Hellfest and stuff like that.
I still need to check that one out myself. So.
Yeah. So be on the lookout for that. And Ted, I know you have some news about Tremors, if you want to kind of go over that.
Yeah, Tremors is being released by Arrow Video. December 15th is the release date. It's a limited edition. There's 2 versions. There's a 4K version, a 4K disc Ultra HD, and then there's a standard Blu-ray edition. It's going to have a bunch of new features. It's completely remastered, obviously 4K, and they've actually got like new interviews with like Kevin Bacon and some other people. No Fred Ward, unfortunately, but
yeah,
they got Kevin Bacon, which is amazing. So
yeah, that's crazy.
You can pre-order either version off Amazon right now, or obviously Arrow's website. So
yeah, I don't have that one, so I might check that out myself, man.
And then you've got Tremors Shrieker Island, the 7th installment of the franchise, coming out October 20th this month. So that's coming out in blue also.
That's great. That's going to be a lot of fun. I've always liked the Tremors movies. I haven't seen all of them.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to the 7th movie.
Yeah.
People kind of... people crapped on the 6th movie, but I didn't have any issues with it. I mean... It is what it is. I mean, it's Tremors 6.
Yeah.
Was that the first one that had Jamie Kennedy in it?
No, that was the 5th one.
All right. I've seen
that
the 5th one.
That was when they went to
man.
Africa. They were in Africa in that one. And then the 6th one, they're supposed to be like in Antarctica or somewhere frozen. But, yeah, this was not going to have Jamie Kennedy for some reason. So, but they got John Heder as some new character. And, of course, Richard Brake, the man from 3 from Hell and various Rob Zombie movies and stuff. He is in it also.
Okay.
Sporting a giant beard and long hair, so it looks awesome. I'm looking forward to that because I like him. He's very entertaining to see. He's a good actor, and he can be funny, he can be creepy, he can be anything. He's a good character actor. I enjoy him on screen, so I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. Yeah, lots of good stuff, especially coming out this month. I mean, for being the shitty year that 2020 is, October is really looking to be a pretty fun month.
Oh, gosh, we're getting so many releases. It's insane.
Yeah.
Can't afford all of them.
I know, man. I hate
had
it.
I had to pass up the Haunt win because I was just like, gosh, $55. I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And you got the Friday box set. I Spit on Your Grave box set.
Yep.
You've got these other releases, like just said, Tremors 7, Scare Package.
Some of the
Deep
Vinegar
Star
Syndrome stuff. There's just too much.
Yeah, that's coming up next month.
Vinegar Syndrome, Deep Star 6. I mean, so much stuff just coming out. And like Amazon Women on the Moon's coming out in November. New versions of Clint Eastwood movies, the Iger Sanction and the Play Misty for Me are coming out also in November.
Oh, wow.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Lots of stuff to look forward to, but God, my wallet just is going to hurt.
Yeah, I have to stop or else I won't be able to subscribe to Vinegar Syndrome for the yearly subscription.
Yeah, I've stopped. I've put my cards away because
I can't do it.
I can't miss out on that. that's like a must-have, is that yearly subscription. So, but definitely a lot of stuff to look forward to this month, and I'm sure there's going to be more stuff announced. I mean, there's just so much stuff, and it's early in the month, so, and especially as we get closer to the holiday season. I'm not going to say the word because it's not even Halloween yet, but the holiday season, I'm sure we're going to hear more and more stuff that's going to be coming out. So it'll be good. I think the end of the year is going to kind of help get us through the rest of this year. That's for sure. But if nothing else, there's going to be plenty of stuff to watch. That's for damn sure. But yeah, that's kind of what we have for news this week. Any final things that we want to cover before we get into this review? Nope.
That's a negative.
All right. Well, then, let's go ahead and take a look at the Funhouse Massacre.
People are literally losing their heads to get in here tonight.
That looks so real.
Do you know what's happening out there?
You mean the deranged serial killers who are pretending to be haunted house characters and killing everybody?
There was so much more blood than I expected.
These monsters, even God is afraid of.
All right, so the Funhouse Massacre was released on November 13th, 2015, directed by Andy Palmer. It was filmed at Land of Illusion Haunted Scream Park outside of Middleton, Ohio. Kind of some of the characters were based off of actual serial killers like Dahmer, Bundy, and Gacy. I mean, you've got the cannibal, the lady killer, and the clown, so they kind of worked that into the characters a little bit. One of the coolest little like Easter eggs that they had in the movie, though, was actually kind of a one that if you're not a video game fan, you would have completely missed. But at the motel crime scene, there's actually a note that reads, "The cake is a lie," which is a direct reference to the video game Portal. Because
yeah, that went over my head. I didn't notice that. I read about it, but I definitely didn't notice it.
Yeah, so that's a nice little nod, especially if you're a video game fan. And I love the Portal series, so that one was kind of cool to see. Because I didn't notice that the first time I saw that, or even the second time. Because this is the third time I've seen the movie, and I noticed that, and I thought that was really cool. Because I'm like, oh, that's dude's like a fucking video game fan or something. But yeah, so that's a nice little nod to a video game series. And like this movie, the first time I saw it, and I was telling Ted about this either last night or the night before. Like when I first saw this movie, when we watched this, it was last year, I think, was the first time I saw it. And I thought the movie was okay the first time, but each time that I've watched the movie, it's kind of grown on me. And I've liked it more and more each time that I've watched this movie. So I think this is going to become like one of those Halloween movies that I watch every year. That's probably going to become a favorite of mine. It just seems like every time I watch it, I see more and more stuff, and I come to appreciate it a lot more, and it's really growing on me, and I'm really starting to love this movie.
Yeah, I definitely like this movie, man. This is a one Ted recommended to me, and I might have watched the first time with him. I can't remember, but I liked it from the get-go, and it's a great Halloween flick for sure, man. So many great there's a few great characters and just some good comical lines, good violence, a good body count.
Yep.
The deputy's my favorite character. That
yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man. Deputy Doyle. I like Machete too, but Deputy Doyle had me
dollar store Machete.
And my wife was so irritated at the deputy guy. I was like, you're supposed to. It's just he's an idiot. He can't help himself. I love a small town boy.
I love when he's describing the crime scene. He's going like all this elaborate stuff. Like they're standing over her, they're laughing, and then she falls on the bed, and then she rolls over on the glass, and he just goes to all this.
He had so much. Yeah. She's like, "Will you please dismount the body and hand me the murder weapon?"
I know who our prime suspect will be when we run Prince on this.
That was so good.
I love he's sitting in the station. He's playing the gun, the old Nintendo gun.
It's like Gunslinger or something.
Gunslinger, whatever. and he's like, and then he's just talking to himself at like different points of the movie before the main action hits, and he's just sitting there. He's just like, "This all happened because you brought your prostitute and violence." That's what. He couldn't say the word "whore" is great.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Mark that said last night that you would have written this character or something like that?
I have no problem with saying the word "whore," but yeah, the guy doesn't like until the end when everything hits the fan. He becomes.
He does his
confident.
wide earp, motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's the only time he says anything like that. How about Robert Englund?
Oh my God, Robert Englund! Even though he's in this for so little time, he's probably my favorite part in the whole movie. I mean, I just love Robert Englund.
He does a great job, man. He did a great job for the small role it was.
God, I mean, the delivery of the lines that he had was just so perfect, and he just kind of like told this whole story, and it just kind of captivated you, which I loved about this. But that's just how Robert is and his delivery, and that just shows like how much of a great actor he really truly is, you know. And it's not a I don't want to say it's a bad thing that he kind of got shoehorned into just mostly horror, but at the same time, I mean, he's kind of like one of those treasures for horror.
Yeah, we love him. So
yeah. But I
like the line when she was like, "What do you think? We shouldn't let them live?" And he's like, "Well, off the record, if I could, I would just put a bullet right in the back of all their heads."
No, that's a smart idea. Look what happened.
Yep. But
I love it. Like Mark was telling us last night about Baby Doll. His girl was a girl, right? That said, like, "Is that a man dressed as a woman?" And Mark's like, "No, it's just a really ugly woman."
Oh, you're talking about the Stitch Face killer?
Yeah, Stitch Face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I thought she did a great job, especially when she painted up, and I was just like, "That's."
Yeah, when she painted up, I didn't mind her character, man. I thought she was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, still, some of the delivery of her lines. I mean, honestly, it's an independent movie, so you can't really expect much. And it's a horror movie, too. So, I mean, you're not looking for superior caliber acting. But sometimes just some of the delivery of her lines just kind of was like, it could be better.
What about the couple that's like always banging?
God. Sexy Hillary Clinton.
Oh, gosh. She's like sexy Hillary Clinton. I was like, Hillary Clinton.
That's one of the best parts, though, because I don't know if y'all noticed, once they killed her, they put her in the corner and put the dunce hat on her, and I laughed so hard because I was like, sexy Hillary Clinton's a dunce. But
I was like, Hillary Clinton. Oh, gosh, I can't. I'll be too mean if I keep talking.
She looked more like a shitty Marilyn Monroe.
That's what I was thinking originally, yes.
Yeah.
I like, though, when they're screwing right before you see them, you can hear them screwing. The guy's trying to get his confidence to go ask this girl, and every time he's like, "I really like to," and then you hear her yell some dirty shit.
She's like, "Look at my tits," or something like that. Yeah. I'm just like, "Oh my goodness."
He's like, "Fuck it, I can't do it."
That's so.
He's
good.
like in the storage room, really. He's like, "Hey, employees only, buddy," and like pats him on the chest, and he's just like, "Why'd you just touch me, man?" And then they're in the bathroom, and like drops her bra on the bathroom floor, and she's like, "Don't let it touch the floor." And she's like, "I'm not putting that back on."
Yeah, but she'll still bone him in the bathroom, so.
Right?
She's a classy girl.
I like the fight between her and Stitch Face.
Yeah,
Stitch Killer, Baby Doll, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah, I think she was Doll Face, the Stitch Face Killer, or something like that. Mm-hmm.
Just like she's like, "What are you gonna do? Cut me with that?" And she doesn't even say a word. She just nods and then just slashes her face. Instead of being like, "Ow, that hurt," like in pain, she's just like, "You cut my face," and like just start fighting. It was great.
Yeah, that's the only moment I really liked her character. I was like, at least she didn't just scream and die. She fought. Yeah. She still got killed, but she fought for herself. So.
What about E.E. Bell as Animal?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I love when they introduce his character. It's like his flank steak was to die for. But they didn't know the customers were being served. The customers.
That scar he got is one of his food. Decided to fight back. I think
it's wrapped in saran wrap.
I think it's great that E.E. Bell, who plays Animal in this movie. He's the cannibal chef. Yeah, he used to be on. He was on Married with Children as one of Al's friends in the later seasons, as Bob Rooney.
Yep.
And Bob Rooney in Married with Children was a butcher. So
it was perfect.
Great that he's playing a cannibal chef here.
Bob Rooney went too far, man.
Went a little loony.
How about Dr. Suave, who seemed like the son of the dentist from Little Shop of Horrors?
Right.
He wasn't my favorite. I think my favorite bad guy was the big ass clown, honestly.
Yes.
Rocco the clown. He was just so massive and unstoppable, basically.
But then you got Clint Howard, too, which Clint Howard was perfect.
Taxidermist.
Yeah, that was a good role for him.
I loved it when I loved his final scene when he's just
Yes.
like, "It's not my fault, officer. He's a friend. They just didn't give me the right tools." It's just like, you can shoot him now. The deputy shoots and kills him, and then pukes.
perfect.
He's like, "Blah," and he's like, "I didn't expect there's so much more
That's
blood."
great. I love when he throws up after he kills. Poor Deputy Doyle. What's cool, I mean, I'm sure most people don't always respond too great after they kill someone the first time. It's not something anyone really wants to do.
I think I kind of alluded to it in the beginning, but I think one of my favorite characters in this movie is that dollar store machete. He's got one of the best lines in this movie when he's decides not to go in there. He's like, "This place is too scary for me. Only white people like this kind of shit."
I like it when he's sitting in his truck and that woman's like all cut up and screaming and at his driver's window. And then he rolls down the window. He's like, "Are you okay?" It was so great.
After he freaks out and screams like a little bitch.
Yeah, they were like screaming,
"Are you okay?"
God, it was so good.
Another character, he was a dick, but I enjoyed seeing him on there was I think his name's Courtney something. He was Malachi and Children of the
Courtney
Corn.
Gaines.
Yeah. He played I think it was Dennis, the guy running the carnival.
Hey, we're just sex buddies, you know. He's like, "That's no way to talk about my daughter." Oh. But it's not my fault, man. She needs to get off the pole and this just talking all this crazy stuff.
And when he catches him smoking weed, he's like, "What are you, this isn't Colorado. Does this look like Colorado? Do I look like John Denver?"
It's basically legal now, man. He's like, "Not in my workplace." And then it's like his assistant. He's just like, "Can I get a hit of that?"
Yeah. Like, after dealing with that guy.
That's so good. Now, Jerry Burns, who kind of played the cult leader, he was like perfect for that role. I mean, he had that right amount of creepy and kind of almost seductive in a way, I guess you could say. Just kind of the way that he talked and would like move and like.
Yeah, I was buying him as a cult guy.
Yeah.
Sure, man. Especially I've been watching the Nexium stuff. I was like, it's Keith Raniere right there.
Yeah. But honestly, Jerry Burns, he's always been like a good like villain guy because I don't know if you've ever saw the TV show Burn Notice. He was kind of played a pretty long arc as a bad guy in there. That was that Bruce Campbell show that was on USA for quite a while.
Yeah, I remember seeing clips and stuff. I never watched it, but I definitely know what you're referring to.
Pretty good. But yeah, I mean, he's always been like a good villain type dude, and yeah, it's he fit in that role so well and did so well with it. He's probably, besides Robert Englund, probably the best character actor in that movie, at least in my opinion, and just kind of embodied that whole character and did such a fucking great job with it. But
what were some of y'all's favorite kills, man?
Oh, when big old clown dude ripped the guy's head off.
Hell yeah, that was number one on my list, man. I love how he just ripped the shit off.
It was great.
It wasn't too graphic, but I like when he was trying to push the guy's face through the fence.
Yeah.
I thought
that was cool, yeah.
Also, when he rips the clown's face off and uses that as the mask.
Yes, the whole movie.
Yep. That was a pretty graphic, pretty cool kill.
What about when he kills the guy with the big mallet?
Yeah.
Smashes his head into the thing. Goes,
What's funny about them, and that actor actually was on a Nickelodeon show that my kids and my wife watched. So his name was Sinjin on that show. So they were sad because Sinjin got killed. That's a silly side note, but anyway.
That's so good. They had some really, really good kills in there. I mean, they had to have had a pretty decent budget for the effects and whatnot for this movie. And
you had the dentist drilling the holes in people's heads and
putting the light over the hole. That was great.
Yeah,
I love that
great.
so much.
Stitch killer, baby doll, whatever you call her.
Rip off Harley Quinn.
Cuts the people's heads off with just the knife, and you just see it, and it's like the noise and everything. It was great.
It was awesome.
When the Bumblebee girl's trying to help the other guy who's
I forgot about that. Sorry.
And then the poor guy just gets shot by her love interest because
they dragged him all that way just so he could get shot by an idiot.
Killed. What about the guy that was helping them? He's just like, forget this, I'm out of here.
Yeah. That's what my wife was saying the whole time. I was like, you're mean. She's just trying to do the right thing, but honestly, if I didn't know him, I might have ran out too. So.
Right. Oh man. This whole movie, though, I mean, it's kind of one of those movies where it's got that comedy aspect to it, which is they didn't overdo it, which was nice. But it's definitely more, I think, of as a comedy movie than with horror elements. Which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's a great mix that they have there. I'm glad that they don't take themselves seriously in this movie.
Yeah, I thought it was a good balance, man. I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
I like my favorite Deputy Doyle line was towards the end when he has to come face to face with the clown, and he's like, "I knew it was going to be me."
Yeah, because they were talking earlier about how they had to try to avoid the clown at all costs.
Yeah, you get him. What about the clown? Like,
you see,
that's me. We don't see him.
I would be stuck in a situation where I would have to face that clown. And that would be the exact thing I would say to myself. I knew it would be me. Like, jeez.
Yeah, that guy was unstoppable, man. Even at the end in the credits, like.
Yeah, they make you think he blows his head off with the shotgun, but then I guess
that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
He's one hell of a clown. Kicked out of wrestling for killing too many opponents.
Underground wrestling. It was underground. Remember that?
Okay.
Yep.
I just thought it was funny because it was too many opponents. A few would have been okay.
What about when Animal? When they said, the restaurant found out he was killing people and serving them to customers. They, instead of like letting the news get out, they just had Robert Englund lock him away for good, just so it wouldn't hurt their business.
Sounds legit.
More realistic than
yeah.
God,
it's like the board of directors decided it was best just to let him disappear. It's like all those people did not know that they were eating other people.
Right.
That's the best way, man. A little tight. That's all.
I'm trying to think of if there's anything else I'm missing here.
The only other thing I can remember to mention is the other post-credit scene with Dollface where you see
the ambulance.
I thought it was obvious when they bring the body out. It's pretty obvious. It's a face on her face, but
yeah,
she pulled a Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, I doubt there'll be a sequel, but they definitely left it open that way. So.
Just skipping off into the distance.
Yeah.
Row credits.
I think they even called her Miss Quinn when she was like the normal self.
Yep,
it was definitely a Harley Quinn kind of take. So.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got that from the makeup and everything.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's great. I mean, they're obviously fans of comic books and video games, that kind of stuff. So it all kind of works together. I mean, it's...
Yeah, I wasn't mad about it.
No, not at all. But
I think I liked her hair more than anything else. Just like the big side ponytails or whatever you call that.
The pigtails?
Yeah, whatever.
Whatever they're called. Yeah.
I hope that makes you feel like a big man, Isaiah.
It does. It makes me feel like a real big man.
He does his girl hairstyles.
That's good.
Oh man, but I mean, overall, it's a fun movie. I mean, it's a great Halloween themed movie, and I don't know, it's just a lot of fun because you've got the cameos by different people in bigger named horror movie actors. You've got all these eccentric characters for the killers and whatnot. The setting's great. The story isn't too difficult or too convoluted. It's pretty straightforward. Insane people escape, cause mayhem, kill people. That's basically the story. That's all you really need. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's not a bad way to spend 90 minutes by any means.
I think that's why I enjoyed it, is because it was simple and not overboard. Like, that's a mistake horror makes sometimes.
Yeah.
These days.
Right.
So, I mean, sounds like an old guy.
These newfangled horror movies.
Everybody wants a reason for everything. Anyway, I don't want to get sidetracked off the movie. That is what ruins movies a lot of times.
Yeah.
All the reasons.
There doesn't need to be a whole convoluted backstory. It can be simple as just people escape, cause mayhem. I mean, it's worked for Friday the 13th. It worked for Halloween. I mean, yeah, we got a little bit more backstory with Nightmare on Elm Street, but even then, it really wasn't much in the original movie. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't need much of a backstory. Let it be kind of mysterious. And
but guys, how will we know anything then if not everything is told? And
it gives them more freedom when they make the sequels too, to elaborate and keep going with it, as long as they don't over elaborate.
Yeah, if there's no origin story, guys, how will we not know anything? We can't piece together things. Use our imagination. We need to be told everything.
Right?
Watch Avengers, you nerds.
Well, I mean, just to kind of wrap things up here with this, though, I'll go first with the rating. For this movie, because it is so enjoyable and it's kind of grown on me over the last 3 times I've watched it since last year, I would give this movie a 3 out of 5. It's a solid horror film. It's a solid Halloween themed film, and it's got all the right aspects to make a fairly decent horror movie. It's nothing great. I mean, it's not going to be like high status like Halloween movies, Friday the 13th and whatnot, but it's a fun time. And that's all you really should be looking for when it comes to horror movies, is just to enjoy yourself and be entertained. And this movie, I think, hits it out of the park with that. So definitely 3 out of 5, a 3.5 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, man. This movie's just fun. From start to finish, I'll just have a great time every time I watch this movie. It's good, especially because it's a Halloween movie, which at one time was something that was surprisingly lacking in horror, but now we have so much to choose from for the Halloween season.
Yep. And
this is one of the gems, I think. So, and Mark, since he's not here, because he had an unfortunate accident with a bumblebee, but
got kicked in the nuts by a bumblebee.
But he said he would like everyone to know he gave this a 4 out of 5 as well. So.
Okay. All right, Ted, what about you?
Well, I'm telling you guys my real thoughts on this. First off, I got nothing. It's 4 out of 5. It's very entertaining. It's very entertaining. Like I said, it's 90 minutes. It's just a fun Halloween style movie, a movie that takes place on Halloween. You got psychopaths taking over a carnival or funhouse, and havoc ensues. You got a group of characters that you mostly like. You don't really hate them. It's very similar to Hellfest, except Hellfest is actually serious.
Yeah.
It's a serious movie where
I'm a Hellfest virgin, so this will be my first attempt at that one.
Well, Hellfest is a serious movie. Funhouse Massacre is more humorous, and it doesn't take itself seriously. So, yep. I mean, And Hellfest is a good movie. I liked Hellfest too. But they're basically the similar movies. They're like the opposite ends of the same coin. One serious, one not serious. So this one's not serious, and this one has a great feeling. You know, but it feels good. It's just fun. It makes you feel good at the end. It's just entertaining. So I said 4 out of 5 for all the effort and everything that's put into it.
Yeah.
Makeup, effects, actors, catering.
They even had separate stunt people for each actor, man. Like
stunt people, wardrobe, Bumblebee outfits.
Yeah.
The nut shots, the Nintendo placement. Okay. Stuff. But yeah, I like it. It's fun.
Definitely. And as always, we would love to know what you guys think. Feel free to reach out to us through our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at CLS Podcast. So we covered Funhouse Massacre this week. We will continue our Halloween Horrorpalooza next week in reviewing Hellfest, which, as Ted explained, kind of similar movies, just Hellfest is more serious. So it'll be great to revisit that and review that next week. So be on the lookout for that. Same time every week. We release on Monday mornings at 8 a.m. So we can't wait to review more this month. It's going to be a fun month. It's our favorite time of the year. I mean, we love horror all year round, but it just Halloween is so special, and it gives us a reason to watch nothing but horror movies all month long.
It's the fall season too. I mean, the leaves are changing. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's just nice. I mean, you got the season itself has a nice atmosphere to it, so it's a perfect atmosphere to watch these types of movies at this time of year.
Exactly. It really is. I agree 100%. But with that being said, we do appreciate you guys checking out this week's episode. And do you guys have any final words of wisdom as we leave?
Cake is a lot.
Oh, go ahead. I knew I was going to fuck that up.
Something about herpes, Sean, so you go ahead. It's more important than...
It is, man. I need to get this out there. Herpes. You can only get it once.
Sean, do you have herpes?
No comment. And no, I don't, damn it.
I don't have herpes. I love that line too.
That's a great line in that movie.
She just stares at him, gives him that look, and he's like, I don't have herpes. It's like a little too late to worry about that, sweetheart. Y'all just banged in the closet there.
Yeah. That's right. Oh, man. All right. Well, we will see you guys next week.
Thanks for joining us today for the CLS Podcast. Check us out at www.clspodcast.com or join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag CLS Podcast. Until next time, stay safe, campers.